You guys ever do a party and someone runs up to you and like, you gotta give me your card, you're incredible, you're killing this party. And you're like, oh yeah, hand out your business card, and the very next song you play completely clears the dance floor? Me neither. Hey everyone, Aaron here with some fresh new gig logs. I had a double event on Friday. I did a charity event. I got paid. And then on Saturday, I did a wedding. And so there's a couple things that happened that I wanted to highlight and talk about, and stick around to the end because I'm gonna do a new segment in my videos, maybe. If it works, it works. If not, I won't keep doing it. But I got this idea of doing something called PB&J. It's just 2 songs that I played at the wedding or event that really worked well together. I was gonna tell you about them and then show you how to mix it. First thing I want to talk about is my gig on Friday, which was a charity event, and it's my 2nd time doing it. It's a very, very great cause. So here's what happened. The live stream is going on, and she is running it through a laptop, through the hotel's sound system speakers that are in the ceiling. And as you guys know, those things are usually shit. And this was the case as well in this hotel. The problem though, it wasn't that they were buzzy or not working, it's just that it wasn't very loud. I even made sure that we did a check before the event started. She turned on her laptop, played a song or something, and it sounded okay, but once people were in the room, it just didn't get very loud. So we grabbed the venue manager or the on-site manager at the time, like, hey, can you turn this up? Because there was no volume knobs anywhere on the wall, so they had to go get somebody, their AV tech, had to get their laptop, and he's like, turn it up on the laptop. We did. It's up, okay? We turned it up. We're not idiots. So then he turns it all the way up at his iPad. He's like, that's it, that's all I can do. And it still was like super, super soft. I can tell that the event runner, she's pretty frazzled about this because, again, we've got, you know, maybe 70 people in the room and it's just not super loud. So you can't even like drink. Anybody that was like gulping, it's like, shut up! Trying to think to myself, what can I do? I didn't bring my S1 Pro. Otherwise, I would have like hooked it up right in the front and been good to go. So that bummed me out. I was like, oh, I didn't think I was gonna need it, but from now on, I'm just always gonna throw that in the car. Lesson learned. Here was my solution. I said, I'm gonna open up my laptop. Let me play the stream through my laptop, and I'll run the audio through my speakers in the back, and then you run the video in your laptop in the front. Played it on my computer, I turned it up, and boom, we were able to get a nice big sound in the auditorium, which was better. But here's the thing that happened that made me go, huh? While I was talking to her about trying to fix this problem, she's like, yeah, and they charged me $1,000 for this. $1,000 to plug a laptop into their shitty house speakers and use their projector. $1,000. That was more than I charged. I mean, I was trying to do a favor, you know, I only did like a couple $100 an hour. That was my fee. So I wasn't making $1,000. The hotel was making $1,000. If with their shitty shit. Look, I'm saying this to say this. If you charge less than $1,000 to do a wedding, raise your prices. And don't worry about it. It's okay. Because people are paying $1,000 to run a laptop into a fucking hotel speaker system that doesn't work. Moving on to Saturday, it was a good event. Long dance, which I usually advise my couples not to go over 3 hours. This one went 4, and so obviously there was just some downtime. You have a guest count, and you only have a certain percentage of them that will dance, and then they get tired and wore out, and then they leave, and then you're just stuck there. Because the idea of like, all right, well, let me cycle in everybody else, and you're like, they ain't cycling. There's no cycling going on. Luckily for me though, there was a group of people that were really into Latin music, so I flexed my Latin crates again, got them out there. There was only a handful of them, but at least gave me, you know, I'd play 2 or 3 songs of that, so I could get my other people rest at the bar, and then drop some bangers, get them back on the dance floor. But that's pretty much how the night ran, and then the end of the night, we had a good ending. But something did happen at the end of the night, which I think I'm going to start adding this advice to my couples, and it's basically this. Monitor the drinking of your friends and family. Here's why. You guys know this. We go to an event and people overdrink. They do. They just drink too much. You can tell they're just got that glossy eye. They're looking right through you. The problem though is that there are bad drunks, and this wedding had some bad drunks. In fact, it got to the point where pretty much kind of a fight broke loose while I'm trying to unload my shit. There was a big fight between the mother of the groom and the bride's sister that was kind of percolating, and I just, you know, I'm packing up my stuff and you just hear yelling and arguing like, uh-oh. And there was a cop there trying to settle it down, and the mom's just screaming, she's not the boss, okay? She's not the boss, right? I see this going on out here, and then when I walk back into the room to pack up my stuff, the bride's sister is just crying, and the groom is super pissed off, running around like, I can't believe this, it's ruining the wedding. I think it's not a bad idea just to throw it out there during the final consultation, you know, like, you know, hey guys, you know, the night of, just make sure, you know, you let your party and your family know, hey guys, take it easy, it's open bar, but you know your limit and try to stay there because I don't want you to ruin my fucking wedding. If you guys have ever done anything like that, leave that in the comments. I kind of want to hear your take on that. Let's get to my newest segment called PB&J. Sometimes it hits me during the night of like 2 songs. I'll hear it in my head, I'll hear like the beat, and I'll search my tracks through BPM, and I'll come up with something, and then, you know, it just kind of flows well, it works well. The first one I'm gonna give you, you're gonna hear it and go, what the fuck, Aaron? And that's fine, but it worked. Here are the 2 songs. Now, this is gonna sound crazy, but it happened at a wedding that these guys were really into like rock and 80s and country. Now, I was in a kind of like the 80s rock set, and I wanted to get out of that and get into country. So I was trying to think, well, like, you know, I can just kind of slam it, maybe echo out, but maybe if there's something I can mix. And I had Pour Some Sugar on Me playing. And the mix that I have, the edit that I have, has an intro and outro, and it's also a short edit. And the end of the song kind of gives a da-da-ka-da-da-ga. I heard da-da-da-da-da-da-da-ka-da-da-ka. Shania, Any Man of Mine. I was like, all right. So I threw it in a deck. It was, the BPMs were a little bit lower, so I had to bump them up. Pour Some Sugar on Me is playing to the crowd. And I'm intro, and I'm like, oh my God, it works. And so I thought, I'm gonna go for it. And if it doesn't work, I'll just have another song. I'll have another rock song in there just in case if people are like, what the fuck? It's kind of jolting, right? Going from Pour Some Sugar on Me to Shania. What the hell? I wanted to try it. So they're dancing, they loving this song. I'm like, all right, here we go. I don't know if you guys have done this when you take a risk at a wedding. It's worth it, by the way. Don't always play it safe. Like, take these kind of risks. It's okay if it doesn't work, just have a backup ready to go. The intro starts for Shania, and I start to fade it in, and the crowd loses their fucking minds. They went crazy. They loved it. So I was like, oh shit. Let me show you how to do that. Maybe try it at your next wedding if you have the right crowd for this. For this mix, it's pretty simple. I got Pour Some Sugar on Me in deck 1, Any Man of Mine in deck 2, and the Pour Some Sugar on Me, it's a short edit version that I believe I got from DMS. I don't know if it's on there anymore, and Any Man of Mine is just a normal one. I got them both set to 83 BPM, so I had to bump up Shania and bump down Poison. It's all good. And then I've got my cue point set here for Shania right at the, you know, right there. And here we got to the end of the song. We're gonna hear that outro I was talking about. This right here, that outro. So let's drop Shania, here we go. Yeah, so as you can hear, there's like lots of kick drum going on, do-do-do-do-ka, you know, during that. But again, it just, you know, it was just a nice little mix that really kind of worked. It felt good, the crowd loved it, and it was super fun. All right, if you don't like it, whatever, fuck you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like this and you like me, then you know what to do and just do that shit.